Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Roots. Roots 2. So for those that are unfamiliar with Roots and Roots 2, this is actually going to be in Minecraft version 1.11.2, I believe. But it's in Minecraft 1.11. It's not going to be available in Minecraft 1.10. So you're going to have to move on, people, if you want this kind of content, because Roots 2 has a bunch of different stuff in it, and it is still up and coming. Now, I'm here to show you a brief glimpse into how it all works, and how you can get stuff going. So first and foremost, you're going to want to look around the world and find some neat stuff. Let me get up here and fly. You're going to find some different structures in there in the world. There's going to be at least 3 different kinds here. In fact, allow me to show a different one here. Let's turn that one on as well. And I can start using my elytra to get to places a little quicker. Ugh. There we go. If you're wandering around the world in typically plains type areas, you may find things like this little hut here with this thatch roof and stuff. You go inside, you might have a couple of chests and a mortar plus a flower pot. You'll probably find some books, herb lore, spellcraft, a bunch of just random flowers, and some wooden tools that you can potentially get started with on your journey. And it'd be a great little temporary starter home instead of your little dirt hovels that people are usually making on their first night in Minecraft. So if you look for like a plains area or just a non-forested, non-mountainous biome, you'll most likely find these around. They're not too numerous. I cranked it up in this experience just so I would find them easier, and you can see that they kind of spawn near to each other, but that was just me messing around with the configs. That is not the default for that. But that being said, there are some other structures you may find around here, and I have once again cranked up the frequency of this, and I've got several of these nearby. But as you can see, it says stone pillars, which are these structures here. You may find nearby. Do not remove these stones. You're going to want to remember where this is, because during the midnight hour, this type of stuff is going to be very important to you. So we'll come back to this shortly, but now you're currently aware of some of the stuff that you can find there. So there's a couple examples. There are going to be more structures around that you may find on your journey through Roots 2. Now, with that, you're going to want to know how to really get started on some of the stuff. Of course, just finding one of these little houses and making it your own, or at least taking the books in there, are going to really get you going. I recommend that you start with the Book of Herb Lore, because that is where you're going to want to, well, start with anything in here. It's really nice. It basically tells you a brief description, then it has access to a contents page here. You can just kind of page through it if you want, go back, and it will even remember the page you were on if you want to use it. And it tells you kind of how to do it. So the idea is that structure that I found out there with all the cobblestone pillars and mossy stone pillars is going to be very key in you obtaining a lot of the materials that you need. So first and foremost, let me introduce you to the basic items, though. We've got things like a pestle, which is going to be some diorite made in a simple manner like this. Will get you a pestle, and it's reusable, so you probably only ever need to make one. On top of that, we have a mortar, which you'll most likely find in one of these thatch huts, so you often don't need to make one. But just in case, you can make one with some charcoal and some cobblestone, which of course is rather simple. Instead of coal, though, you have to use charcoal, and you'll be needing that for making some of the spell petal components later on. Now, of course, if you need to handle some delicate items like grass and you don't have iron yet, it doesn't matter. You can make yourself some wooden shears. Those that are familiar with like a skyblock type map, these are rather common, and you have them now in regular vanilla. Now, of course, I'm in creative right now, so let me change that out. I'm always in the wrong mode. But you can click a few of these and get yourself some grass. And then what you do with this grass, among other plants that you might want to do, but if you take some grass, put it in your furnace, it will smelt up into straw. And 4 straw will make you some of this thatch here, which is, of course, on the roof of this little hut. So you can duplicate and make more thatch as you want. It's kind of like a bushy, grassy texture. I really like it a lot, actually. A lot of trees in some of the special mod packs that have resource packs added in will bushify the trees so that they look less blocky and a little more bushy. I kind of like it. It's nice. Then it also means that you really don't want it to be head height. You want it to be at least a level higher, because if it's head height, you're looking at things like this all the time with it in your way. But if it's up a little higher, it's a little bit nicer, and it's kind of like this rooty, more natural look. Anyway, I like it. It's nice. But there's some of the basic items to start you off there. Of course, you can always use the stuff in the chests here, and your books. Once again, don't forget, they are going to be very important. Now, once you get there, you've got your different stuff of straw, thatch, your wooden shears, your moonlight circles, which are going to be very important. Let's grab a few items here. Some poppies, some wheat seeds, and a potato. Now, I have a nice little garden patch going on here. Let's see, that's not the right stuff. I need a potato. Potato. There we go. I have 3 of them. I only need 1, really. So let's get rid of the excess. Now, I also need some poppies and some wheat. Let's see. Grab some wheat. There we go. And I've got 1 wheat, but I'm going to need 2 seeds, essentially, because I'm going to be growing this. And I'll also need some bone meal. There we go. I just spawned some in, and that should take care of that. So with that, I've got the 2 seeds to grow the wheat. I currently have a hoe so that I can hoe things up. I have a potato, and I just need a couple of poppies. Uh-oh, it's starting to get late. I better hurry up, grab those poppies, and head to a moonlight circle. I'll see you there. Here's some poppies that I found along the way. Look at this. All right, what good timing. So let me clear out my inventory, grab one of these, grab another one. There we go. I now have 2. And then I get up to the stone pillars. And you need it to be about midnight. Basically, your moon phase, whatever it is, needs to be somewhere, if you look all the way up, somewhere close to the center of the sky. So with that in mind, allow me to change the time so that I can make it easier for all of us. 17,500. No, let's make it 17,900. There we go, and you can start seeing some faint images of things going on around. It's really nice, cool effects. What you're going to want to do is plant some of these plants in these areas where they're actually hitting the ground, and you therefore can start making your way. Now, remember before it said wheat was some of the other ones, so let's plant some of these seeds. And where's the other one? Right here, seeds. And you notice that things are glowing. Oh, did I mess that one up? In fact, I did. Look at that. That's no good. So we're gonna have to make sure to get it right. We need to hoe this. Or is it that? I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the right place. There we go. The right place regardless. And then I need to grab that bone meal. It has to be full grown stuff. And there's that. That's not everything though. If you notice, there's still a center one. And with the center one, that's where the that potato goes. Let me grab that potato. I'll put it here, and I'm not going to grow it full yet because I'm going to look back again at this herb lore. Don't worry, I can reset the time. I ran out of time there because I didn't have things set up. But if you look here, it says a couple wheat, a couple poppies, and a potato. But it has to be full grown, and you will get a wild root. Now you can repeat this at different circles to get different ingredients like moon glow leaves, terra moss, Pereskia blossoms, aubergines, which to those in America are eggplants, or maybe some other ones. And that's how you can get some of these. And some of them you can duplicate yourselves, like the aubergines you can easily duplicate. But in this case, let's grow this up. And I'm going to actually set the time back to this, and you'll see that it starts actually like creating this effect in the world. It's really, really cool. Looks really pretty, and pow, it eats all the ingredients nearby and gives you some wild roots, which if I'm in creative mode is just going to break them. So let me get rid of this here, and you notice I have 64 wild roots already. Well, let me break it, and you'll see that there's a few that I get from that. I actually got 4. It's kind of a random amount. Last time I got 3, but you can therefore, if you're fast enough, plop down a whole bunch more and perhaps get a little bit. So you might be able to get like 2 harvests in a night. And therefore, you know, if you're really fast, maybe you can switch out different recipes, get 2 different ones. But it's a really good start. And you can you know, use these ingredients for some really, really cool stuff. Let me head out on my way, grab my my firework rocket, and I will meet you back at the house. All right, and as you can see here, I am now back at home, and this is the garden I have. I've got some of the Terra moss that's grown. I've got some Perischia bulbs, among other, you know, vegetables, beetroots, and so on. But I've got some Moonglow, some aubergine, fully grown, of course. This is wild root, and other things that you've already seen in regular Minecraft. And you'll get the different types of ingredients. Some of them will actually produce other things as well. Let's get rid of some of this extra junk here. But you can see that I can also get aubergines. Will also give aubergine seeds, and I can put them in pouches. Which it's like, well, a pouch. What good is a pouch? Allow me to demonstrate. First and foremost, you're probably going to want to know how to make a pouch. Well, let me grab one here. A pouch is made with just some wool of whatever color you like, some kind of dye in the center, and a couple strings. So it can be just about anything you want, and it will make a regular powder pouch regardless. And what this does is it allows you to carry around ingredients that you can use to make magical spells. Now, in order to put these in there, each one of these will hold about 2 stacks of one type of ingredient. So let's say I want Perischia blossoms. Put those in there. Plus, I'm going to mash them in there with a, where is it? A pestle here, which I thought I had one in my inventory, but I guess I threw it away by accident. So you take the pestle, you mash the Perischia blossoms into the powder pouch, and look, you get about half a stack in there. And these are ingredients that you can use for casting magical spells with a staff. Now, before I jump into that, I feel I should mention that there is a little bit more to the beginning game of Roots 2. That is hammers. Now, these are not really fancy by any means of the imagination. Let me bring up just hammer here. You've got your wood ones, your stone, your iron, diamond, and of course golden hammers. And I only put 4 of them up on the wall here, but you get the idea. They're actually a bit more damaging than your vanilla tools, but they're also slower, and they actually work similar to a shovel as far as speeds and harvesting regular dirts, gravels, sands, things like that. They will break regular like stone blocks and things of that nature, but you won't get the block back if you're using it on stone, but you will if you use it on like a dirt type item. So these can be really good. The only thing that they can't do that a shovel can is, of course, make a path with a regular hammer. It's not going to work, but it can do some damage. I mean, you look at it, it's got 11 attack damage on there. This one here has sharpness 5 on it. Yes, you can put sharpness on a hammer. It's not a problem. And it increased the attack damage on it, but it is still going to be a very slow attack. It's made for just like one big hit, and then that's pretty much it. Hopefully you'll kill it in one hit. We'll probably find out. But let's now that we're done with the armor part, hello guy, how you doing? We're gonna move on to casting magic spells. Now this is kind of where the mod is at the moment. There are rituals you can do as well. They're currently in game, but there isn't a book for you to actually know how to craft them. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to be covering some of the magic spells. Now, to start with, you're going to want something like a staff, which is a very simple creation, just a log, couple sticks, and 2 of any of the magical items that you gained from one of those stone circles. It will make you a staff. Now, of course, you're going to want to make some petals as well, but it's not going to do you much good unless you also have one of these, an imbuer, which is much simpler to make. 4 sticks and a smooth piece of stone that you could probably cook up or harvested with a silk touch type item. It will make you one of these, an imbuer, which will accept petals. Now, the petal dust, rather. The recipe for this varies, and this is where your Book of Spellcraft comes into play. Let's just quick back out of that and get into this one here. We've got here your mortar. I covered the herbal pouch and the staff, the imbuer, spell creation, and this is going to be different stuff here. You've got creation, casting, and then it tells you all the different spells that are currently available to you. Now, if you just page right through it, you'll see all the different stuff. You can always choose them from the contents page, and once again, it remembers the page that you were on, which is really, really nice. It's very convenient. This is a really handsome looking manual, and I like it quite a bit. But let's get into this here. You start off with spell creation of a petal. Basically, you take some items here. I've got it set up already in this chest. If I take several items, I have orange dye. Actually, here, let me create a little space on my bar here and eliminate some of this stuff that I don't need. I'm going to take an orange tulip. I'm going to take a gunpowder. I'm going to take a piece of charcoal, wild root, and I'm going to take a piece of orange dye. And you'll see why I'm taking all these things in just a moment. Now, if I look in the spellcraft here, I know that I'm making the spell Wildfire. If you look, these are the 5 ingredients I just grabbed, but I'm going to need to take a pestle and a mortar, and I'm going to need to smash them together. So with that, I've got a mortar already set up here. Now, each one of these mortars will accept up to 5 items, and you can use this aesthetically or you can use it practically, as I am here. Don't forget that orange dye. Toss it in there, and then I hit it with a pestle, and I get petal dust. And it is specific petal dust for Wildfire. It actually will say it on it now. And then you can effectively take one of these imbuers here, which you just put one down on the ground. It's really basic to just do that. It's nothing really too fancy. You take your staff, put it on here, and you put your petal dust in there. Now, here's the thing you should know about staves, or staves, as you oops, I just totally deleted that by accident. Well, I guess I'm going to show you now. You put this on here, and you'll see that the staff will actually say slot 1, regardless of it. And you just have to wait a few moments. It's going to imbue the staff with this magical spell. There we go. And if I hover over it, it says selected slot 1. Now, if I hit shift while holding the staff and right click, it will change to slot 2. That's right. You can have up to 4 slots on a staff, and then you're back to the first one again. And it will have different colors depending on the different spells that they have stored in them. Now, therefore you can choose up to 4, and I believe that there is, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 current spells that I'm aware of at this moment. And each one will use components from that powder pouch I mentioned earlier. So you see here, I actually have a little extra with the Periskia blossoms now, but you can see that each one will have a different cost as well. Wild Root, 0.125. Now sometimes that's per cast, 1 use. Other times it's when you hold it down and it stays, and you constantly keep using it. Now, Wildfire in this case is 1 use, so that's 0.125 use. So in this case, I'm going to grab some Volunteers, and we're going to plop down a spider here. Hi, spider, and shoot him. And you can see that he gains a fire effect. He's not too happy about that. And you can see if you look at the staff itself, it actually has a cooldown. So you can't just spam a lot of these ones. Some of them you will want to hold the button down. In the case of Wildfire, it is not the case. It will not want to do so. But I'm going to go through some of these just so you can see a sample of some of the spells that there are out here. This one is Dandelion Winds. Now if I have once again, a Volunteer spider friend here, and I use this, it's going to push nearby enemies away. So if I've got one on either side, it's going to push them out like that. Really convenient, kind of cool. I mean, you can use it just by shift clicking it to a different one if you want. But there are other abilities. That one's just really basic. It doesn't use very much of your ingredients at all. This one here, Acid Cloud. Now this one here, it's going to pretty much get the attention of any nearby spiders. I tell you what. So if I do this, you'll be able to better see that it creates a big dust cloud around me that kind of pushes enemies away. Now it's not damage that I'm doing. It's just general damage. I have to hit him in order to get his attention here. Oh wait, that's right. I'm in creative menu. So creative mode. It will get them upset. And it does have a little bit of a cooldown, but it's something that see, if I just hit it once, you have to wait, and then otherwise you just hold it down and you can move very slowly with this ring around you that will also protect you from being attacked. So let me switch to game mode 0 here, so I'm in survival. Spider's going to come at me, but he can't reach me because it's also blowing him away at the same time. So this is a more effective version of that Puff Cloud one, but it also does damage to nearby entities. So something you're going to want to be aware of. All right, next up we have here Shatter. This one here, it's pretty interesting. I'm going to say it is a short-range mining tool. So you can see here it kind of randomly will destroy a few blocks. It does have a bit of a cooldown, but it does allow you a lot more of a reach than you would with a regular like pick or something like that. And it does a random kind of area around it. Now here's the really good part is that you see here, obsidian. Oh, look at that. It just destroyed it. And I'm not in creative, so it's not a problem to destroy that. Pick it up, you harvest the blocks, so you're mining these things, but it will destroy simpler blocks like leaves and stuff, so you're not actually getting the leaves in a silk touch manner. All right, and here we have Sanctuary. This one here is another one that you're going to want to kind of hold on to and use in a manner. So let's bring out a couple spiders, get them rather unhappy with me, and then cast Sanctuary. And I hold it, and it keeps them at bay. So, oops, let's kind of aim a little higher. You can see I'm currently holding the button down. They're getting pushed back. I've got this little force field keeping all sorts of stuff away. But that's not just the extent of this one here. Let me get rid of these guys real quick, and I'll show you the next part. All right, there we go. Diamond Hammer finished him off nicely. Now, it's the skeleton that actually will show you this. It's not just pushing them away, because you saw the acid cloud would do the same thing. But in this case, I can actually keep this up, and it will also deflect projectiles as well. So if he stops hiding behind the tree, your little... They're so sneaky. Look at him. He's just like, I'm hiding behind a tree. But anyway, I mean, I've got my shield, but if I put this up, he's going to run away. There we go. It just bounces off projectiles. Really cool. Pretty effective for making him run out into the open, too. All right. Hammer finished him off once again. Now let's put this one back and check out the next one. But before I do, quick snack on some aubergine just to get my health back up there. There we go. And this one here, Rose's Thorns. This one, it's actually a lot of fun. You put this down on the ground, you see it leaves a little spark on the ground. You can put a few down, and it's pretty interesting. Actually, I'm not sure if there's a limit with how many you can put down, or maybe they only last for such a certain amount of time. But I'm going to put down a spider friend here. Oh, gosh. Spider friend here. And if he walks over them, they're little landmines. So come here, you. Come here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Haha. So it's really cool if you want to play like a sneaky thief class, something like that in Minecraft. That's a really good and fun way of doing it. So you can also use it, you know, just like more in an attack method, but it's not as much fun that way. I think it's more interesting to lure your targets to you, or just protect yourself in a manner. I am not sure how long they will stay in the world, but I would imagine they do have an expiration. Now with this, we've got Gravity Boost. For those that have played Overwatch, this is D.Va's boosting move, which I think is absolutely wonderful. Basically, you will boost in the direction that you look. Whoa. So there we go. I just boosted all the way over. Now I'm going to kind of arc up and down and back down again. And you have to be careful, though, because you're going to take fall damage if you don't land fast enough or something of that nature. But you can get up to hard to reach places quickly, or down to other places quickly, or just use it to move quickly along the ground horizontally if you want. But it's a lot of fun. It is quite a lot of fun. I do like that one quite a bit. It's one of my favorites. Let's get into the next one here. We've got Growth Infusion. This one's another one that you're going to want to hold the button down for, and you will start growing things in an area. Let me actually harvest this. I'll put down an aubergine seed, and then we can grow it. And you'll see it takes a little bit of time. In fact, there we go. I gotta wait for it to infuse, and it will start growing things. So it does use up some of your ingredients, but it does also speed things along. No use of bone meal needed on this one. It does take like 0.5 Terramoss over time, so therefore it will eventually eat up some of your other materials. But it's pretty good for making things grow. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does not work in an area. I could easily just demonstrate that real quick. It's the block you're looking at. So, oh, I don't know, that's pretty big. No, it's just the one block. Regrettably, just the one block. Once again, eat myself a little bit of aubergine. Not the best tasting food raw. I would recommend baking it and having a bunch of salt on it to make it less bitter. But let's see what the next item is here. We've got petal shell. Those that have played Mario Kart. This reminds me of that. You just click it once, you get a leaf floating around you. You click it a second time, once it's recharged, you get a second leaf floating around you. And then as you wait a little bit longer, you get a third leaf around you. This will give you 3 hits of deflection. So if I have a Volunteer here, actually let's bring out the a skeleton who's going to shoot me. Oh, there goes, I didn't take any damage. My shield's not up. Oh, let's put down a spider and hit him. Well, he hits me. He hits me again. I still didn't take any damage because I had that petal shield going on. Let's activate it. Switch back to the hammer and finish this guy off. There we go. All right, so there you go. I mean, it's pretty cool. You can have that just kind of floating around you. You don't even have to have the staff effective at that moment. So there you go. I didn't take any damage from his shot because I had that petal shield up. Really, really cool stuff. All right, Mind Ward. This one here is a little bit more tricky. I have this guy here who wants to kill me. He wants me dead. I'm going to Mind Ward him. He doesn't want to do anything to me now. He's very passive. Let's do this with a skeleton who wants me dead. Oh, no, he doesn't want to kill me now. He's just in the sun and not liking it. So it will last for a decent amount of time, but it will wear off eventually, and then they will want to go back to killing you again. So yeah, as you can see here. But it does allow you to, you know, line up a nice shot and finish them off. All right, and this one here is Life Drain. This one's a bit scary, actually, so allow me to take a little bit of damage. All right, so you can see there I've taken 3.5 hearts of damage. I just made myself fall a decent distance. And I'm going to summon in a few spiders, and I'm going to use this staff with Life Drain. Well, it will affect an area and suck their life away and replenish mine. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's really good at getting your health back. So it's one of those that you're definitely going to want to have on your staff for when your health gets a bit low. And you'll notice it also gave a slight knockback effect, so they couldn't easily attack me while I was casting that either. Now, moving on to this one here. This is Light Drifter. Light Drifter is amazing. Just wait till you see this. All right, so you can see here, I'm here. Ready? Ready? Okay, now it allows you to no-clip through structures and solids and things like that. But then when the time expires, which is only like about 5 seconds or so, you will zoom back into your corpse. So you're kind of doing like a little exploratory. So I'm going, imagine that you're in flight mode. So therefore shifting will make you go down, space will make you go up, and otherwise you move normally. So I'm going to click it and I'm going to hit shift, and you can see I'm down in the ground. I'm looking around down here, and I'm back again. So it's just a few seconds, but it's enough that you can be like, oh, where is that dungeon chest? I know it's around here somewhere. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Oh, I know somebody's hiding a treasure chest behind one of these walls. I don't know where. So you can actually use it to no-clip around. There's a dungeon right there. Just found it. That was really cool. So it's a really, really nice one. That one's very creative, special use, but hey, I mean, it's something that you don't see every day in Minecraft. Now we've got Radiance. This one here is the ultimate pew pew laser gun here. So you can just pew 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 pew. Now if I use it elsewhere, it'll bounce off of, you know, like simple sides and stuff like that. Doesn't do a ton of damage. Let me bring out a few skellies or a few guys here, and you can see it will bounce off of things, and it will still kill them. It doesn't do a lot of knockback on them though, as you notice here. And I am burning through. I just burned through all my reserves there. I didn't have any. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh gosh. You can see I burned through all my moon glow leaves that I had in there really quick. So some of these are really expensive when you use them a little too frequently. They're meant for, you know, not every single day use on some of this stuff. All right, and here we go for the last one here. This one is Time Stop. This one is quite wonderful. Now, it seems like it could be something very abusive, but it's not that bad, really. So allow me to demonstrate by showing you. I bring a bunch of spiders out here, and I cast it, and everything stops. I'm going to hit this guy, and I'm also going to try and break this. Now you see that things still happen, you know, like that fell down as it would, but they all took one hit. Now I have to wait for it to replenish, and you notice they didn't actually aggro on me. Oh, I didn't realize that before, but that does use up quite a bit there. I didn't have any of the other stuff, but if I use this on them, therefore you can only get a maximum of 1 hit. So let's hit this guy. I can't hit him again anymore, so you can't really abuse it that way. But if you use something like this, you could easily, you know, thin them out before finishing them all off, or set up your hits, or just stop a bunch of charging creepers or something from blowing up on you, and escape, or at least retreat to safety. So that's pretty much a good example of a lot of the spells that you have in the spellcraft here. Some of the mechanics on how you can do it, some of the new items. There are more that you can mess with as well, like your fire starter, which is just a couple of sticks and charcoal, and allows you to, you know, light things on fire there. Let me put that back out. But then, of course, there's your pyre, which is going to be used for some of your rituals, but right now I'm using it as a kind of a fire pit. And there's plenty more that will be coming in the future, I'm sure, as this is just the beginning of Roots 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video covering this Team Roots special extravaganza. I don't know, it's really cool stuff. I always like seeing new things, new mods, especially when they're really pretty in Minecraft. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give a like, comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to spread the mischief to others if you think they'll enjoy this content too. Until next time, folks, I'll see ya.